Hi, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of the BandChat podcast, where we talk about being an independent band and everything that comes with it. But specifically, this week, we're talking about our new song, Steal My Hoodie.
Woo! Yeah!
Very exciting. How's everyone doing?
I'm outstanding. I'm the only one who got the memo and actually wore a hoodie. So, there's that. But I'm feeling good. How are you feeling, Brace?
I'm feeling great. I'm pumped. I'm wearing a long sleeve. It's close enough.
Basically a hoodie.
Yeah.
Austin is in short sleeves. It's just embarrassing.
Thanks for asking, I'm feeling exceptional today.
You're part of you guys. I asked how you guys are.
He did.
Well, anyway, it's our first new song in a year and a half, maybe a little more than that. So we're
More
super
than that,
excited.
yeah.
Hopefully by now you've listened to it. If you haven't, this is your first of probably many reminders. Please go listen to the song, otherwise the podcast won't make any sense. So we're going to talk all about the song. We're going to go into some backstory. We're going to talk about the recording process, kind of give you some details. This is like a companion episode to the single. So without further ado, we will start with our icebreaker. And I have it written here as, what fall thing gets you absolutely apeshit? I don't know who wrote that. But Austin, why don't you start?
What fall thing makes me ape shit?
Yeah, absolutely
Oh
apeshit.
man. Honestly, crunchy leaves are my jam.
I respect that answer.
Thank you.
A lot.
It just to keep it brief, but like it reminds me of back when I was like when you were young and you just had no existential dread. It was really cool. Yeah.
Those were the days.
Yeah, I like reliving that and avoiding the trauma of everyday COVID life by stepping on leaves. It's really healthy.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Brayson.
First off, I just want to say that doing this in person makes me feel like we're stifling our laughs a little bit, and we're trying to like laugh as if we're in a library.
There has that.
That's great. Anyway, it's really weird. But my fall thing that makes me go apeshit is probably just the food and all the soups and stews and chili and all that shit.
Nice.
Shout out to Chili.
Very
though.
cozy.
Really good.
Very nice.
Miles, tell us about what gets you absolutely raging about fall
What?
in a good way.
Absolutely raging in a good way about fall. It's similar answer to Austin's, but it's not exactly like the crunchiness of the leaves. It's honestly, and this happened to me the other day, I was just walking and just like seeing the trees. Like honestly, like I was on my walk and my mind was going ape shit. Like
That's what you want though.
That's what we're looking for.
especially-
That is what we're looking for.
because like you got the greens, the yellows, the reds, the oranges.
True ape
yeah,
shit
no, I've
moment.
seen leaves.
Yeah.
No, it is really nice.
Exactly. So that's my answer. How about you?
I love wearing boots. And so fall is like when you can start wearing boots.
Boot season.
Yeah, gets me ape shit. Absolutely.
Honestly, it's a nice addition to the style that you can only truly do. I mean, you can kind of do it in spring, but it's kind of weird.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's like a fall and winter thing. For
yeah.
Sure.
So just I have to ask, like, what kind of boot?
Like a brown leather.
Okay.
Lace up?
I see gum boots.
That's what I pictured too.
That's why you guys laugh.
Yeah.
Because
that's not that
me and
funny.
him are over here just like. Because I was like, yeah, boots, and they're like laughing. I'm like,
No, Brayson's
You got me.
Brayson's a real one. He understands gum boots.
I just pictured Mike like being so excited, be like, "I'm gonna put on my yellow booties."
Finally. Well,
but
I will.
booties. Now you're opening a whole different can of worms.
That's true.
Whole can of boots. Never mind.
Well, I'll have to get some yellow rain boots, but for now, we're here to talk about Steal My Hoodie.
Yes.
So I guess let's just start and kind of maybe start with what the song's about before we go into like the history and everything. Just give like a broad overview of like our inspiration and talk about, just kind of like from start to finish. So even before it was a song, where did the idea come from and what is it about?
I mean, even like if we're talking from like a music standpoint, it came from a different song.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
Yes.
I can't even like a completely different. Like it sounded nothing like it does now.
was super upbeat. Not saying that "Steal My Hoodie" isn't. It's more of a. It's our more chiller song, which I really like about it. But it came from a super upbeat, like with overdrive bass guitar and all this weird kind of like After Laughter, Paramore inspired
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, but I can't. I mean, but it just kind of. I can't really remember the music writing part of it. It just kind of came really naturally, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I remember the specific moment when we kind of, I guess, created the like framework for Steal My Hoodie. I remember it because we were just jamming it. We were jamming that one idea we had, which, like you said, was rather fast. And then for some reason, we just decided to like slow it down. And all of a sudden, we're just like, oh, fuck, like, okay. Like, we were just sitting there. I was just like, oh man, we're gonna fuck tonight. This is great.
But then, like, you bring in the electronic. It's true because I remember Brayson just hitting the bass in with the boom, 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 and I was like, well, what goes good with a bass synth? Trap hats.
Yep.
And then that groove was solidified.
Yeah, that was definitely the birth of the song. And I think as once we kind of stumbled upon that, we're like, shit, this feels good. Like, it felt like something that we hadn't done yet.
Yes, but also still felt like it was us. Like, it was a good like bridge between what we have been doing and what you're about to see from us.
So what we were doing and what we're doing now. Yeah.
Currently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yes.
Currently.
But you don't know
And I feel like once we kind of landed on that, like, slowed down, a little more R&B style groove, like, I feel like that's really where the concept of the song came from, too. Like, it kind of became a love song from that. Like, we write a lot of, not love songs, but, like, we write songs about, like, relationships and stuff. But I feel like this was, like, maybe the first time that we've really written, like, a true love song. Like, it is just, like, it is about that, like, warm, fuzzy feeling that you get from your significant other or from someone else in your life.
Yeah.
But specifically this one is,
And I mean, the lyrics just had a lot of intention behind them with that thought in mind, right? So it's very easy to kind of put those feelings onto paper and then, like, rearrange them.
Yeah.
It worked.
Especially considering the time when we wrote this song, because we wrote this, should I say first batch of songs? Am I allowed to say that?
Yes,
Well, you said it, so
Well, I mean, you're the editor.
it's true.
So
I'll just edit you out entirely.
there you go. Thank you. Goodbye. Yeah, what was I saying?
Something about this first
Batch of songs.
Right. So, like, when we wrote this, when we basically wrote the entirety of this record and also produced the first half of this album, it was all done kind of during 2020. So, you know, everything is frankly fucked. So, and we basically wrote almost the entire record over Zoom and produced this first batch of songs almost entirely, like, not the full band together.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and because what I'm trying to get at is, like, it was a period of where we were it was very isolating.
Yeah.
And so when we were writing this song, it was really nice to kind of find solace in the people that we hold dear.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And kind of focus in on the little things that you really come to appreciate over the maturing of a relationship. So
And it is interesting to note that even though we wrote most of this, like, collection of songs that's coming up for us over Zoom, this song was kind of an exception because we started writing it over Zoom, and then I remember there was, like, that weird lull in the summer of 2020 where, like, there was, like, 30, 40 COVID cases every day. And so, like, we actually did get together a few times and jam in person. Like, that's where the jam originally came from. I remember we met at, like, a park one time and wrote a lot of the lyrics. So we kind of, there's, like, a weird mix of in-person and Zoom in this song, whereas some songs are, like, literally the entire song we, like, wrote. And we're never in the same room to record other than, like, the drum session. So
we've never played them together.
So Hoodie, like, sits in a weird middle world where it was like we actually did have a chance to, like, play it in a room together before we recorded it, which
dope.
is cool. I feel like that it makes it a little different from some of the other ones.
Yeah.
I agree. That's great.
Yeah.
So we kind of talked about how we started writing it, but I feel like there's, like, a very specific moment that you probably all remember is when we were together and we were starting to figure out, like, melodies and lyrics for these songs. We were sitting upstairs in in Miles's living room, and we all had acoustic guitars, and we were like trying to figure out a chorus melody, and it just clicked. And there's a recording of us somewhere. I don't know where it is, but we were just like yelling. We were so excited about coming up with the chorus melody.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't we have?
We have, yeah. Well, why don't we? Yeah,
have
why
one
don't we?
here?
Fuck it, we're breaking the fourth wall.
Quickly before that, do you guys remember that day when we were here? Because I just got back from, I think it was, where was I? I was in Kelowna or something, and we thought there was like a natural gas leak. Do you remember?
Yes.
And we had all the doors open.
Yeah, because we thought we were gonna die.
Yeah, and we were like,
Or
should
the
we
room
be
was gonna
doing
explode.
this? I just wanted to put in that anecdote.
Maybe that's what like why we wrote such a good chorus. Yeah. We were just like high on natural gas.
It's possible.
Yo, carbon monoxide makes for great songwriting. Should be.
The other one.
That was the other one? Okay, don't listen to me.
Yeah.
I got the voice memos for this bracket.
Oh, that's hard. That's it. Dude, that is such. Oh.
Whoa.
Such a
What were you gonna say, Miles?
I don't know. Because the fact it was like, like what starts with
Probably
It's
Hook.
probably
definitely
Hook.
Yeah.
It would have to have been Hook. But like, that's like the little snippet of it. And like, I mean, it's obviously pretty rough. And there's like ooze in there. They're kind of just thrown in there.
Yeah.
They sounded nice though. I wonder how we ended up forgetting about those oohs.
You just.
Just how the song be.
just evolved. Didn't need the ooze anymore. There's enough going on in that chorus.
Yeah, it's
It's
true.
a big boy now.
It's true. But yeah, like we were like so pumped on that. I remember we were just like
We are all doing that exact same hand motion, yes.
Yeah, like
Right?
the Soldier Boy cranked that.
Steal My Hoodie, crank that.
It was funny because I remember coming with I think that melody, like I had sort of,
You had that.
I
Yeah,
come
it
with
was
that
your
melody.
idea, yeah.
It was pretty close to what ended up on the final track, but I didn't really have words. And so I remember I was like, I'm going to like show you guys this, but I don't really have words. And I remember saying, I love it when you buy me chocolate,
Yes.
which I don't know why. I don't even like chocolate that much.
No,
but,
you don't.
But, and you guys were like, yeah, like, we're going to change the words, but like, yeah, that's it.
And we kind of did.
We kind of
The
did.
sentiment is the same.
Yeah.
Sentiment is the same, and I feel like that was kind of like when I was thinking about it, it was just like, yeah, it's about those little things that like are special to a relationship,
Yeah.
but every relationship has them. Like it might not be the exact same thing, but every relationship has those like little unique things that make them special, and I feel like that's where like the lyrics are like an amalgamation of like all our relationships, kind of.
Yeah.
Because there's a line that's like every time I can see the way you love me every time you bring me coffee. Like I don't drink coffee, but these guys do. So it's like there's just like little pieces of ourselves in the song, which is like speaks to our songwriting process as a whole.
Yeah. It's a little tiny bit of each other's lived experiences packed into a delightful little bonbon of a love song.
Which honestly, first of all, I love the way you put that.
Bonbon?
And second of all, I don't know if we've obviously like written a bunch of songs before, but I don't know that we've written one like that where it's like
So personal.
exactly
Yeah.
a culmination of all of our experiences into a song. Like, I mean, maybe it's happened subconsciously, but with intention at least. This felt like the first
Yeah.
true time,
Yeah.
which was really nice. And I think you can hear that in
Totally.
the song, definitely.
I hope you can. Have you listened to the song yet? If not, stop the podcast right now. Go listen to Steal My Hoodie by Royal Oak right now, only on Spotify and Apple Music.
and Deezer.
It's everywhere.
Go listen to it. Back to the podcast.
So for any of our more regular listeners or fans of the band, you probably know about our working titles. And we would be remiss not to mention the working title of this song before we talk about the actual recording process. Does anyone remember what we...
I honestly forgot.
It's
I remember it now. If I may.
You may?
yeah.
The working title for Steal My Hoodie was called Space Heater Zipper Poop.
Right.
Right.
How could we forget that?
Truly one in a million.
Yeah, that was. Don't know where that one came
It was a
from.
Miles special. They're all Miles specials.
They're all
but-
Miles is like, don't know where that came from. Mike's like, that was Miles.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know where in here
Oh,
that
Somewhere
came
within.
from.
yeah, we never know. That's okay.
But hey, it's what it is.
It's memorable.
That's the working title.
So there we were. We had Space Heater Zipper Poop, and we were on our way to go track drums at Echo Plant. So that was probably. You put a finger up.
Yeah, just one note is
Yeah,
when
yeah.
we did that distance live stream, I think we still had that title in our like written set list.
Yeah, we did. It was called that on my Helix.
Yeah.
And my keyboard
like I think
patches
when
too.
when we wrote the set list.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. So we like to play it fast and loose with the working titles.
Like really loose.
Like really loose. So we did play it live once before we started recording, and then
Yeah.
again later on in the process. But so we went to Echo Plant Studios to do drums March of 2021.
Yep.
And we did 2 days. We recorded a bunch of songs that you will hear at some point.
I was worked to the bone.
Miles was worked hard. We did 10 songs in 2
Yeah.
days. Yeah, so we were
Yeah.
busy.
Miles was busy. We were
Miles
just,
was busy. We were just chilling.
we were just saying, we're like, yeah, that's great. Do another 8.
We were just going, hey, when you open the hi-hat, can you do it a little bit less? And also,
Also a little bit more.
basically.
so
We suck.
so we started with that. And then this was kind of new for us, but we took a very like homegrown approach for the rest of the recording. In the past, we've been like studio rats. Like we did the entire Pretend EP in the studio. And this time we did pretty much all of it ourselves. And when I say ourselves, I mean Austin. Austin kind of drove the ship in
Yeah.
terms of
Nice.
producing and recording.
Yeah, I mean, it was very much like a team effort. I mean, it wouldn't sound like the song it is without you guys. But yeah, I did a lot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like group production, but you were the one who was like truly at the helm.
Yeah. Like everyone brought a lot of cool ideas, but I guess if you wanted to say like, oh, like who is making a lot of like the core decisions or like a lot of like the auxiliary like extra bits, yeah, that would have been a lot of me sitting at home in my dark basement. Just that doesn't work.
Well, yeah, and I mean, a lot of the stuff you came with, like, there wasn't much stuff where we were like, no. Like, I just remember, like, you would just give us mix. You're like, oh, I added this, and we're just like,
Yep.
sounds
Sweet.
fucking great. Like,
Yeah.
there wasn't really much that needed to be. I mean, obviously we had notes and shit, but like, it was just the process was really fun. I mean, I don't know. Was it fun for you? I hope it was fun for you too.
Oh yeah, no. It's fun. I mean, for all the listeners who don't know, I went to school for audio engineering and production. So to be candid, this was kind of my first real kick at the can at kind of putting together a real production of songs, like as a actually released batch of music. So it really meant a lot that like you guys could trust me with kind of like handling all of this and just kind of putting your faith in me and being like, well, what other choice do we have?
But I mean, it was a good process, and I'm sure we'll probably have an episode all about what that process was like. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we appreciate it for sure.
No, of course. These songs wouldn't be what they are without everything that you did in your dark basement. So,
We don't talk about
Everything?
The things I do in my dark
everything.
I literally live my life in that basement these days.
Very
Oh,
cute.
God.
So it's where we tracked a lot of the song, but it's also where we did the demos for a lot of these songs. And I think the interesting part about Hoodie as well that we haven't really done in the past is that a lot of stuff from the demo actually made the final cut. Like we maybe had a little bit less of like a perfectionist approach to some of these songs, where we were like, you know what, like with the guitar solo, like that's just it. We don't need to retrack it for the studio. Like sure, maybe it's not flawless, but it just has like
It was the vibe.
Yeah,
It's
it was
got
the
the
vibe.
groove.
When you played it, that was it. It was the fucking vibe.
So there's a few things on there that are from the demo, like probably a lot of the keyboard stuff.
Yep.
Several of the keyboard stuff, yeah.
And
I'm trying to think.
know. Just like little things.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a lot of like the auxiliary production. Like that little like headphone beat I made in the bridge. That was something I did in the demo.
Oh, yeah.
Like I basically plugged. I was just fucking around and I plugged a pair of headphones into a DI box and made basically there's a little background beat in the second half of the bridge that I made entirely out of just hitting headphones together. I made the kick out of the headphones and these extra little auxiliary bits that were like click bleed and a couple of other things I cut up and spliced and made it into the beat that fits into the second half of the bridge. So that was something that was kind of like a happy little accident, and that was kind of one of my favorite parts of this is just the ability to just fuck around,
Yeah.
just
Sure.
like see what happens.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest difference between like being in a studio where you're paying for every minute and you really just have to be on it. Whereas like we had the freedom to experiment this time around and really just mess with stuff. And so I feel like these songs feel a lot more detailed, a lot more produced. I mean, they are, right? Like,
Yeah.
There was no rush. There's no time constraint, which was really nice. I mean, Steal My Hoodie's been coming along for a while, right? I mean,
Almost 2 years.
It was what the second or third song we wrote for this record.
wasn't the first?
No. That was I don't know. Should I say the name? Do we care?
Can you sign it to me?
The one that we tracked the other day.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Of course.
Haha. we
will-
beat around the bush. Try again next time.
Yeah,
Data
you almost
miners.
got us.
So let's get back to the recording of it. So
a good idea.
just to give the listeners a little bit more of an idea of the timeline. So we tracked drums. We tracked most of everything else at Austin's, but we did also do some other work at some other studios / like working with friends. So if anyone wants to speak on like the other recording that we did for the song.
Oh, like the gang vocals?
Yeah.
And the tambourines? Because I think it was this song I was holding like 2 tambourines and hitting them against another tambourine. It was for one of the songs.
And it
I
worked.
think
But we were recording with our friend AJ Buckley, known as Eridonis, his artist name. You guys should check out his music. He writes some really cool stuff. And yeah, he invited us into this studio that he was helping build for this. I mean, I don't.
This guy.
This-
It's just a secret
Yeah,
studio.
I mean, yeah, I feel like it was just a secret studio. And it was like a gorgeous studio. Like
Yeah.
It
just
is. It is the best kept secret.
yeah, exactly. So can't say where it is, can't give too much detail, but let's just say like it was fun. It was great. I mean, it sucks that we only recorded gangs there, I feel.
I
But
mean, they sound good. so.
that's the thing. They sounded really good, and we also got in Riley. Didn't he just happen to be there? And we just said, "Hey, come."
Yeah, I think he was working nearby and just had like a few hours break. It was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. And then we're like, "Hey, come sing gang vocals with us."
Yeah, this is, by the way, this is our friend Riley from Without a Crown. Yeah, go check them out too.
Also great music.
All the plugs after you check out Steal My Hoodie.
But yeah, Eridonis engineered the whole thing. He was awesome to work with. Such a good guy.
We love AJ.
Super funny. He was wearing a SpongeBob mask. Like it had SpongeBob's mouth instead of his mouth. But I feel like it was like a little bit too high up on him, so it was like it gave this weird like no nose impression. I remember it very distinctly from him being an engineer.
Just because it was just SpongeBob.
Yeah, the SpongeBob was on the record.
That's good.
And we also tracked vocals at our friend Jarrett's, who has been a big part of Royal Oak, and we'll have to get him on an episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
These days.
He's coming on soon.
Yeah.
But that was because that was the last step of the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once we put down all the instrumentals, it was Austin's time to shine. Although I think we all, I guess we all sing on the song because we're all in the gang vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But most of the harmonies and such are Austin.
Yeah. So I mean, some are you guys too, but yeah, for like some of we out here. I don't know where I was going with that actually.
Yeah, that was really good. It's always so great to work with Jarrett. I mean, he's been building his studio for like basically the same amount of time we've been being a band, right? Because he tracked our first ever record.
Self-titled.
In, like,
And now to be
2014.
able to come back and still be tracking with him, it's very nice. And we appreciate everything he does.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah.
He's pretty much had a hand in almost everything we've released.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because he did our entire first self-titled record. He tracked the entirety of Younger. He didn't really do anything for Pretend.
But he was there for a lot of the
Yeah,
recording.
he came
Like,
and
just
chilled.
came
He
into
was-
the studio.
Yeah, he was a homie.
Sang.
Great. Shout out.
Yeah, we did some keyboard stuff with him for like the 3 singles, like White Lies, Everything, and all the things you said. He did some keyboard stuff with us there, and then did vocals with us on this batch of songs.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a big part of our story, and one of the many people that this song would not exist without. We have
True.
like everyone that we've mentioned has been so much help for this, but we haven't even gotten to mixing and mastering yet. We had the song mixed by Brandon Eunice, who is in Edmonton. Absolutely killed it. Love the mix that he did. And then we had Andrew from Railtown Mastering here in Vancouver master it. So, I mean, a huge cast of characters that we could not have done this without.
Yeah,
And it was great. I mean, I remember getting the mix back and I was just like, yeah.
it's a song now. Yeah. I mean, it was a song before, but now it's like you know what mixing do. Mixing crazy.
Yeah. Good.
Also, worth noting as well, when we went to track drums at Echo Plant, our dear friend Matt D. Pomponio did the engineering for us for that. So shouts out to
Can't
Matt.
forget Matty D's.
Nah, no way you can forget
I
Matty
didn't-
D's.
I didn't forget. We had already just gone past Echo Plant, you know.
No, I know.
We'll put him in a little footnote. But
Well, that's
no,
why
we-
I want to at least bring it back, and if we're shouting out everybody, we shouting out
we shout out
everybody.
everybody.
It's true.
Love that. That's how we do it.
Hell yeah.
I have a note about the formant vocal. I don't know what, but if we're talking about recording vocals,
That is a vocal.
that's you, Brayson. That's yours. So
That
why
is
don't you
me. That's
talk to us
my-
about that?
My single contribution vocally, aside from the gangs. I think we originally were gonna keep the demo one we had, and then Matt was like, "I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what this is."
Yeah. Which was fair.
It's that
Get it right. Get it right.
yeah, which
Yeah.
in the demo it was like
Yeah, and I think like right off the bat when we started writing this song, it was like, oh, we're gonna have a formant vocal there. Like we're just gonna do it.
Yeah, I think that was it was pretty much like your idea, like right off the top. You're like, yo, that's a formant vocal right
Yeah.
there. We were like, okay.
Cool.
Like, yeah.
And
Yeah.
we did it.
So with that inspiration, I went out and bought a vocal effects processor like immediately, like the next week.
As you do.
And we tracked through that box right into the song. Like it's not anything in the software. It's just analog
box.
Just
box. It's just box.
It's,
Straight
just,
box.
it's not in the box, it's just box.
Just
Big
box.
difference.
Yeah.
I think
I love that part.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I also just love when we're in practice and you just go,
It has this beautiful, not beautiful, but
I think
has
it's
this,
beautiful.
it has this auto tune feature on it, which I just love so much.
We know.
It's such a joke
great.
to me.
It is good.
Anywho, I think that's that kind of does it for like the recording of the song. But there's one other piece of the puzzle that we should still talk about, which is the music video.
oh, yes.
Which I love. I love this music video.
Yeah.
Go watch it
Go.
if you haven't. This is your, sorry, we're making you listen.
required
and watch the
watching.
music video.
Daddy needs some views.
No, by now we have like 40,000 views.
Yeah, we don't need it. Never mind. Keep watching.
I'm gonna edit that out with the TikTok voice. So it's like
We now have 5 views. So yeah, let's talk about the music video a little bit before we wrap this up. I am trying to think of how the idea kind of started when we were talking about like concepts for these songs that we were writing in general. We Austin was like, well, I have access to this apartment that we can like film some stuff in, and we were like, okay, cool, like that's great. We already have a location. Let's film something in this apartment. And then we really started to get the idea together. And I think Brayson, you approached Matt.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw his music video that he did with Kai Bravewood. And I just thought it was such a beautiful, beautiful music video. I was like, I want that. I want this guy to do ours. And it worked out great. He's like, his personality really comes through in the music video, I'd say. It's just so cute, right? And Matt's a cute guy.
Yeah.
Matt You are cute.
Very cute. Hit us
And
up.
that's Matt Okuda. We're talking Matthew Okuda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Matt Okuda and his partner Danica Peters. They both did. They both worked on this as like a joint effort. It was nothing but like a great time and just quality from top to bottom. So
like, even like when we first started, like we just had a couple Zoom meetings, just told him what we want, and then like we gave him a storyboard, and he was like it was just so easy to work with them. Like, oh yeah, we got all these ideas, and then they sent us like a treatment, and that was great, and then we just kind of went from there.
yeah.
Yeah, the easiest part of the music video was working with them.
Yes.
The hardest part of the music video was cleaning the apartment.
Jesus
Because-
Christ.
Because while we had access to an apartment, it was not in the best condition when we got there. It's kind of in the middle of being renovated.
It's true, but we did something before that. We filmed.
That's true. We did.
Yeah.
But,
Yes.
well, we cleaned the apartment before we filmed the stuff in an
Oh, I
upstairs
guess so.
studio.
That's
It's
true.
all a bit confusing. But yeah, there's that footage of us in like the skinny ties and the white. Like
Yeah.
that was there was a studio. It was like a friend of a friend's, our photographer, Kyle Murdoch, worked with someone who had like a studio upstairs somewhere in Vancouver. And we filmed all that stuff. What?
Upstairs in Vancouver.
Yeah, you know,
Vancouver
I don't know.
upstairs.
I'm not gonna dox them, but like it was.
It
That
was
yeah.
great.
So that was super fun. But then the rest of the shots, we spent a full day at the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we put in probably 20 plus hours of actually just like cleaning the apartment and getting ready to shoot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like day of, Miles was like driving around picking up like Craigslist furniture.
Yeah.
That's right.
This table
Yeah.
was from that. We got couches from Craigslist free. So it was pretty DIY. Like I think we
Did it
Good
ourselves. Well, we
job
did
for
it
the
ourselves,
budget.
but
Yeah.
we didn't do it ourselves.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, that all worked out like so perfectly.
Can't
Like,
believe it.
Getting all the furniture and like getting the apartment. I mean, honestly, like the way the apartment was in that music video was just like it was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was a vibe for sure.
Yeah, I have to give a bit of a shout out as well to my girlfriend Sarah, who we'll talk more about in a second as well. But just as a quick shout out for her right now, because she was a huge help in, first of all, styling the apartment itself and kind of giving it the look that we wanted. She also helped clothe us because we are baby men and we need help color coordinating ourselves. But she has a degree in fashion design, so she knew much more than we did. So
Yes.
just a little shout out to her. Love you.
Yeah, we definitely. Sarah was a huge help because, I mean, just to provide a bit more context, because you're saying that she styled us, we also did our photo shoot in the apartment on the day of the music video.
Yeah.
So we're basically, as Ricky from Trailer Park Boys puts it, we got two birds stoned at once. It was great. And so, yeah, she helped us out with styling us. And then Austin and Sarah were actually the leads in the music video as well, which you should know because you watched it already.
You did your homework. You know that.
Yeah.
But that's Austin's girlfriend.
That's
and,
her.
And yeah, she was great. She kind of stepped in. We were originally planning to have like unrelated actor, like just find an acting couple. Yeah, it was COVID, so we were looking specifically for like a couple of actors, and we couldn't find anyone. And then it ended up getting kind of last minute, and so I feel like Austin went and like begged Sarah. I was like, please, me and my band need.
I'll say this: I didn't beg her. I just asked beforehand, and before we even kind of settled on me and her doing it, I was just like, "Hey, we might have to do this," and she was like, "Okay." So,
Yeah.
well, she doesn't sound
Yeah.
like that,
And
but
honestly, I'm so glad it went that way. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like just having you two instead of just actors, I feel like it just hits the point home so much. Like the music videos has so much more depth to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially like because we had the other shots too, because we had another day of filming after that where we went around to different spots in the Lower Mainland, and like even in those shots, like even just like me, I was just watching from behind the camera, just going, you know, just like, that's so nice. True
thanks.
What the
I
song's
wonder
all
what
about.
that's like.
Oh,
No,
Miles.
it's okay. I'm very content with my current situation.
Well, we still
Which
love you.
is single, ladies and gentlemen.
ladies single.
Yeah, it was great. And honestly, like just filming the music video was so much fun that day where we were just driving around. I remember that we met at Queen Elizabeth Park to do the first bit of shooting. And I walked down, Miles drove from out here, and he was like, yeah, I probably have to go like around 2:30. And I was like, yeah, me too. I have some stuff to do. And then they're like, okay, great. We're going to the next location. We're going to Granville Island. So we went to Granville Island. And then Miles and I were like, yeah, this is probably our last spot. Otherwise, then we have to go. We start filming. And then they're like, oh, we're going to go up to Capilano. And we looked at each other. We were like, I mean, we could go to one more location. Yeah. So we like drive up with them. We film there. And they're like, okay, yeah, we're going to go to Ambleside Park down by the beach. And we were like, I mean, at this point.
Yeah, we're just like kind of like, fuck it. I was like, honestly, this is too good. This is too much fun.
It was so much fun.
And also that spot by the Capilano or the Cleveland Dam there, that spot was sick.
Super nice. Yeah, I think there's not a lot of footage in that in the music video from that, but that part where they're like throwing rocks into the water and stuff like that was super nice there.
Yeah. But that was a fun day. It was a full day fun day. So it was 3 days in total of filming and lots of prep.
Yeah, probably the most like work we've ever put into a music video, and I think it shows. I think Matt and Danny did a really good job. I think our actors were great. I think, I'm super happy with it. I love it. I don't know what else to say.
We hope you guys do too. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it and then tell us what a good job we did. We're just gonna, that's kind of the whole point of this podcast. We're kind of plugging the song, We're giving you a little bit of depth, some background, but also go listen to the song.
Yeah.
And the surprises don't end there. We also have a live video coming out next week. It was a performance of the song, and then that's kind of all of our hoodie content for now. But stay tuned. Grab yourself some hoodie merch. Because we do have a hoodie with our logo on it.
We do.
Theoretically. So,
great sell.
Great pick that up. Stay warm. And
hey, it'd make a great Christmas gift.
It would make a great Christmas gift. I can't believe we're talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
Just to give some background, this is actually like this is what, Thursday the 28th?
Yes.
Yes, we're recording this literally like the night before Steal My Hoodie is released. So Steal My Hoodie right now, when we're recording this, is released tomorrow.
Yeah, it's in like an hour. So
we're excited. And also the hoodies Mike is talking about, you can steal them too.
Just not from
We would prefer if you pay for them. But convince someone else to buy one and then steal it from them. We completely recommend committing crimes.
As long as that's not against us.
And on that note, I think that's about everything that we have for this episode on Steal My Hoodie. So I hope you guys are all enjoying it. We loved the process of making it, and we got more coming too. So stay tuned. I know every band says that, but stay tuned. We have a lot of fun stuff coming for you. Thanks for watching. We're Royal Oak. If you like the podcast, rate us 5 stars wherever you listen to podcasts. It really helps. Give us a follow on all the social media. We'll have any links that are needed in the description there for the podcast, in the show notes. And other than that, take care. Stay safe out there.
See you guys.
Bye, y'all.